Hey everyone, it's me, Whimsy. I'm back for another fun day of looking at cards and talking to people about the current political situation. I'm between clients, so I thought I would do a quick video. Yeah, I do it from home. It doesn't take a lot of time. It's fun. So there's a couple of things I want to look at today, but the first thing I want to do is talk a little bit about the meditation I did last night. And I meditated a little bit on Paul Manifort and the fact that he has a conviction coming up soon with the second. He already had one conviction. He got 4 years. People are pretty unhappy with the judge for only giving him 4 years. And now he has to go before another judge. I think it's next week. Same judge as Roger Stone has. It's a female judge. So we're going to just check on the fate of Paul Manafort. But really the impression I got last night was that the special counsel is ready to wash their hands of him. That he became kind of a warning to other people of what could happen to you if you don't cooperate with the special counsel. I also want to check to see if President Trump is going to pardon Paul Manafort, so I'll check on that as well. And then the other thing is to look at pardoning of Roger Stone and what's going to happen with Roger Stone. As I had said in previous remotes, I saw him writing a book, and I saw potentially films being made, an actor playing Roger Stone in films. So now he's in trouble because the book is coming out, and it's a conspiracy book, so he's in trouble for that. I think let's go ahead and we'll first throw on Paul Manafort, and then we'll throw on Roger Stone. And I'm going to throw on a couple of the candidates as well. Today we're going to do Andrew Yang. I was asked to do Andrew Yang, Elizabeth Warren, and Beto O'Rourke. So those are the three candidates we'll get through today. And and then I was asked about Michael Jackson. I'm not going to throw cards on Michael Jackson. If people want to know my own personal opinion, we can talk about that another time. But it's not. If you're going to accuse somebody of something like pedophilia or something, then I just think that that's a serious accusation, and so I would just rather have the courts and the evidence. I don't want to deal with the whole Michael Jackson thing, so I'm going to leave that. And I'm also curious about the Senate, but I don't know if I'll have time to go and check in on the Senate today. But let's first do Paul Manafort, and let's see how he's doing. How you doing, Mr. Manafort? How are you doing, Mr. Manafort? Paul Manafort. What's going on with Mr. Paul Manafort? With compassion and love. Paul Manafort with compassion and love. What do we need to know? He has been aging very quickly in the prison system. Let's see his base cards. Fleeing. A thief trying to flee. Not many options, not many choices. So he's really limiting. It's presenting him as having limited some of his options. You can see here pushing through the Seven of Cups. The options are limited. The thief flees. Trying to get out of a situation but not having many options. Where he's at right now, Tower is coming right over him. So you can imagine the emotional and psychological stress of having been convicted. It's not as bad as a tower straight up. It's an inverted tower because he only got 4 years. But this is emotionally where he's at right now. What is over him? The Queen of Cups, it could be his partner. I think he probably has a pretty strong relationship with his wife, but there's a female presence or energy. Also, the Judge is coming, and she's female, but I don't think that would be the Queen of Cups would be the Judge. This is more than likely a spouse or partner. What is over him? Again, this is all talking about trying to get away, not being able to get away. An inverted Knight of Wands. The Justice card. A feeling of injustice around him, feeling like it's not fair. Perhaps he feels like he's being targeted or singled out because of who he worked for. And I think to some extent he really believes that, because other people who do similar types of crimes, this is extremely common, don't suffer the way that Paul Manifort did. Loss of coin, being irresponsible with one's money. And you can see here an inverted Ace of Cups. The cup is turned over. Offers reneged. This could be something like the special counsel reneging on offers. And you can see really irresponsible with money. An inverted Four of Pentacles is coming out of his past. Where he's at right now, no foundation. It's a terrible situation to be in when somebody else holds the cards, when somebody else is in a position of power and you are not. Hopes and fears. See, it's all about trying to get away. Not being able to get away. Not trying to flee like a thief. Not having many choices. Hopes and fears. Doing the time, the labor, carrying the load, the final outcome, a judgment that may not be in your favor, inverted Judgment card. So you can see from his cards, this is not suggesting anything is going particularly well for him right now. Excuse me, that's supposed to go there, that was a clarification. Inverted Judgment, final outcome is the load, clarification, the Death card. So it suggests that it does not. This does not suggest a pardon. This does not suggest a pardon. This suggests a life that's going to be transformed or changed because of a traumatic event or difficult event that he cannot get away from, that he cannot escape. And so I would interpret this as there will be no pardon, and unfortunately he appears to be heading towards a fulfillment of a very difficult karma is ahead of him. All right. So that is Paul Manafort. Unfortunately for Mr. Manafort, the outcome is also 10 of Wands could indicate 10 years. That's a 10. So, yeah, it's very likely he's in a lot of serious trouble. It suggests he's not going anywhere, he's staying where he's at, and he could possibly pass away in prison, or I don't see him leaving prison. I don't see him being able to get out of prison. He's not able to escape. He's not able to get out, and I don't see any cups coming in. If an Ace of Cups, if there had been something like an Ace of Cups coming in, then maybe a pardon, and an Ace of Swords. But unfortunately, it does not suggest that. All right, let's take a look at Roger Stone. I just get the impression that the president is in so much trouble himself. He's no longer in a position of power that would allow him to do those things. Because I just feel like he's in so much of his own legal peril. So we'll see. But let's do Roger Stone. What is going on with Roger Stone? Roger Stone. They're all in the same prison. They're all going to be heading to the same prison. And Chelsea Manning is evidently there now, too. Okay, Roger Stone. Well, he's been given a lot of chances. You can see the Six of Pentacles there being shown mercy, but what's pushing up is an inverted Five of Pentacles. Poverty, poor mistakes leading to poverty in the past. A debauchery or a position of feeling like a derelict, no money on the streets, no coin, desperate for money. This is somebody who may be looking for benefactors or help. He desperately needs financial help. It's the main reason for the book. Where he's at right now. Moving forward, there's a Knight of Swords straight over him. It could be the police or some kind of a legal action. Four of Wands inverted. Looks like the party is over. Yeah, you can, wow, I can't believe I did that. An inverted Knight of Pentacles sitting in the third house would suggest that he's going nowhere. His work in the past results in inability to hang up something. Inverted Four of Wands. I think he's going to jail, and I don't think he's going to leave. Swords inverted. Hierophant inverted. Hopes and fears. Victory. Final outcome. Inverted Nine of Wands. Wands is a jail card, or feeling trapped or contained or confined. Clarification, bad habits, holding on to bad habits. There's the Judge. I was waiting to look for her. Ace of Swords is the outcome. But where he's at is the Devil card. I think this is justice. Just because it's clarifying over an inverted Nine of Wands. Justice prevails. Justice prevails. And where he's at is the Devil card, so he's gonna lose. He's going to lose. I think that what I'm seeing here is a flip. I think what I'm seeing here is he's going to have to flip. That's the only way I could interpret these cards. And this is something that I've said in the past. I think he's in a lot of trouble, though. This is ending in a very bizarre way. This whole Mueller report and the fact that it looks like Stone is going to jail, Manafort's at that jail, and Chelsea Manning is at that jail. And all of them appear to be part of the same plot that undermined the elections. It's crazy, and they're all going to be in the same jail. Justice will prevail. All right. Crazy. These cards are crazy. I can't believe we're living through this. It's like what we're hearing in the media and what's really going on are very, very different. There's a major criminal investigation going on with these folks, and I'm sorry to say it's not going to go well for them. It's crazy. The whole plot is coming out. All right, I want to turn things around a little bit now and start to talk about the candidates, because I know everybody wants to talk about the candidates, but something tells me that the first thing I want to do is to just look at Nancy Pelosi. And the reason I want to do that is I want to see if Nancy Pelosi is going to, if there's a possibility that she will be the president. Because people have asked me, I'm just curious. All right, Miss Nancy. Let me move that a little there. Okay. Will Nancy Pelosi become the president of the United States? Nancy Pelosi be the president of the United States. Nancy Pelosi be the president of the United States. Base card, always straight up. She's working with others. She is not alone. Partnership, inverted hermit. So, going slow. This would suggest Congress, like working with others rather than the executive, which is a single individual. Knight of Pentacles. I don't know if she sees that as her karma. It's more like she sees it as her karma to do her work where she's at. Inverted Hierophant. The head. I don't think she's interested in being the president. I know that sounds strange, but the head. And then here is King of Swords, which is Trump's card, but it's cutting the head off. We've talked about this, cutting the head off of, cutting the head off the beast or the Godhead, the Hierophant, inverted. And then the past, there's Nancy Pelosi. Well, maybe, look at that. She's crossing, cutting the head off the beast, and this is Nancy Pelosi inverted. Knight of Wands on a rampage. If I were Donald Trump, I would not like these cards. Because these cards suggest going into battle with the King of Swords and cutting the head off the beast. So, and then it's over, Knight of Pentacles. I would suggest, I would interpret this also, help cutting off the head of the beast. Where she's at right now, the Death card, inverted. Rocky waters ahead, hopes and fears, juggling the budget, juggling the coin, the purse string. She really likes being in control of the purse strings. I don't know if she would like to be president because in many ways she really, really likes Congress. She's got a victory card here. If she did it, she would only do it as something necessary to the transition. If she ever became president, it would be a temporary thing. You know, if she had to step in an emergency. But the truth of the matter is, looking at these cards, and I do think she's going to cut the head off the beast here. You can see here the Hierophant inverted, the Godhead inverted, crossing, angry, fire female. Who is the Godhead? Action, reaction, possible air sign male. Where the conflict is, inverted death card, the death of the ending, moving on, around, coming out of confusion, rocky waters, hopes and fears, the budget, money, business. I think this is because they didn't approve of the emergency, where the finances are going. That's the conflict between those two. And then she has a victory card, but I don't see her going beyond where she's at right now. Inverted Three of Wands. So if she were to step in, she will be victorious with her conflicts with Donald Trump, However, I don't know if I see somebody based on these cards who would want to be president, because heading up Congress is something she's very passionate about. She really, really, really likes her job. And I think she likes it even more than she would being the president. That's how much she likes being the head of the House. All right, so that was kind of interesting, huh? She feels that she's doing what she's supposed to be doing, and if she had to step in as the president, she would do so temporarily until somebody else would come in. But it's not her ultimate goal. Her ultimate goal is to strengthen the Constitution and to control the purse strings and to have checks and balances with the executive branch. So she really feels that is her calling. All right, I'm going to now look at the candidates really, really quickly. We're going to start with Elizabeth Warren. All right, Miss Elizabeth. What is going to be with Elizabeth Warren? Is Elizabeth Warren going to be the president? How is Elizabeth Warren going to do in 220? Elizabeth Warren in 220. How will Elizabeth Warren do? Choices. She has many choices. Law choices. She's a lawyer, right? Is she a lawyer? Where she's at right now. Foolish mistakes. I think this is probably because she's gotten into trouble with how she ran her campaign, the whole controversy maybe about the Native American ancestry. But she's in a situation where she feels like she made horrible, foolish choices that have placed her at a disadvantage. What crosses her? The Sun card is coming in. What is above her coming into her power? I think she can get past that. Whatever mistakes were made in the past, it appears that she will be able to get past it. Nice a Magician card moving in, nice Sun card moving in. Where she sits, Pentacles. This feels to me like she knows that she shot herself in the foot, but she believes she can come back from it. Coming out of confusion and coming into Magician. You can see here, again, whatever was going on in the past, any foolish mistakes from the past, she feels she can rebound from them. Because what happened was it caused a lack of enthusiasm for her after that happened. Ending old contracts, ending old karma, hopes and fears, rejected offers, final outcome. A judgment is coming based on this. This is an interesting thing with Elizabeth Warren, because you can see how previous choices result in a karma later on, a judgment based on previous actions. Clarification. I think she's going to get hit really, really hard by Trump's people. I think that they are going to demolish her. I think that she is real. Look at this inverted star card. No hope, moving on. Hopes and fears, broken man, or poverty, financial concerns, leaving, abusive or vindictive male, possible air sign. If Bernie takes the nomination, he probably will pick Elizabeth Warren as his VP just because they're friends, and I don't know if she would be the best choice, though, because she's from Massachusetts and he's from Vermont, and it would be better to pick someone like Klobuchar, who's from a swing state. But what I anticipate with these cards is that Elizabeth Warren's going to be hit very, very, very hard by the Trump machine, just because that is the outcome. They're really going to target her. Okay, so the next person we're going to be looking at is Andrew Yang. Who is this person, Mr. Yang? Andrew Yang. Who is he? And will he win? just now starting to hear about Andrew Yang. Getting some fresh excitement with Andrew Yang. What will be Andrew Yang in 220? Andrew Yang. A very different energy than the other candidates. All right. Victory. And possibly a female VP. If he wins, he'll take a female VP. He's so far has the best base cards. Power, knowledge, spirituality, eyes wide open. Getting financial backing. What is above him? He's got financial support. Not going anywhere, hanging it up. He does get some financial backing. He does have very good cards in terms of coming in with a strong performance. Certainly stronger than other candidates. However, he may not be able to pull it off because the outcome is the Four of Pentacles, and that could indicate that somebody else is able to outfund him. So what I'm seeing with a lot of these candidates is that they end up running out of money, and that could be possibly what we see here with the Four of Pentacles as an outcome and the Chariot moving on. But he's got a lot of good karma coming into it, a lot of good energy coming into it. If he can keep the passion and the momentum going, and if he can get the financial resources he needs, he could do very well. If he's not able to pull it off, if he's not able to get the money he needs, then this could fizzle out. That's how I would read it. Okay, and then the last person we're going to do, actually, I think that was it. We were going to do Nancy Pelosi, Andrew Yang, and Elizabeth Warren, so we did that. Oh, we want to do Beto O'Rourke. Okay, one more. We'll do Beto O'Rourke real fast, and then we'll call it a day. Beto O'Rourke. How is Beto O'Rourke going to do in 2020? Excuse me. How will Beto O'Rourke do in 2020? Beto O'Rourke. Justice card with the King of Pentacles. It's interesting. I get the impression that he would be suited to starting in the Senate or some other position before going towards the presidency. He's a strong candidate. However, there's just not enough of a foundation there. I see a lack of foundation. Inverted Ace of Wands above him, an inverted Emperor straight over him, inverted Five of Swords. I think he would be taking on more than he could handle. I don't think, inverted Cups. I don't think Beto O'Rourke is the right choice just because, the final outcome is Eight of Swords. I don't see him ready for something like the presidency. However, If he ran for Congress or Senate, he would be very successful. He's young and he has a long political career ahead of him. If he stays clean and kosher, there's some possible legal challenges coming up ahead for him in the future. But with these cards, I would encourage, if this candidate asked my advice, I would have them run for something else like Congress or the Senate in the future, and not run for the presidency for a while, just because this feels to me like the energy of somebody who's too young and doesn't have enough experience. You can see here, inverted ace of wands, mistakes from the past, an inverted tower card, inverted emperor card. You really want to have strong leadership skills if you're going to be going for something like the presidency. I don't see that with this kind of a challenge crossing him. Not knowing when you've taken on too much, an inverted five of swords, not walking away from a battle you can't win, heavy sword. I just feel like this is too much too soon for this particular candidate. And he should start with a smaller goal first before taking on something like this. All right, that about wraps it up. I hope everybody liked watching my quick little video. Actually, I think we went for a while. We went over 30 minutes on the candidates and what's going on with Stone and Manafort. You know, we're living in exciting, amazing, and interesting times, and there's always plenty of stuff to look at when we look at the cards. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. I'm wearing one of my scarves on top of a sweatshirt just because it's a little chilly. It's a blistering 54 degrees in Los Angeles. I know those of you that are living in Minnesota or Illinois probably have no sympathy for me right now, but I think 54 is cold. I don't know. All right, thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye. This is the solution to all of our problems. You see, you're able to see the birds, but you're not able to hurt them. See how that works? Now, I know you haven't totally perfected how to watch, but if you prefer watching the computer from that position, you're certainly welcome to do so. But as you can see,
it's not that easy.
Mila is trying to figure out how to control the computer
wordy and hard to read.
for the birds.
It undermines the writer's message